What's up, guys? I've just finished my last session of training for the week. I'm so excited to show you what I've got this week, and it's pretty much the same as last week, but instead I tried to increase the training intensity. So it's not weight intensity, but the training intensity by increasing the repetitions and maintaining the same weight. What you should foresee is a slightly higher RPE training, but actually don't be surprised, because actually how I felt this week is even better than the last week. So stay tuned. Oh, by the way, this time around, this video is presented to you in a very different format. In the last week, we did it in like a squat, bench, deadlift manner, and this week I did it in such a way that it's in a training day format. So what you will see is day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4. So let's jump straight in. Alright, so this is day 1 of my training. What I had for day 1 was heavy squats and recovery bench, and last week I had the issue of creating external rotation and passively engaging the glutes when I'm squatting. So this time around I applied the cues that I've used on my day 3 last week's training, which is aiming my kneecap towards the last toe, and it kind of solved the problem, and now I feel that I'm more tighter at the bottom. But I still do have a little bit of right lower back issue, but it still can make do. Prior to my squats, I did some core activation and 90-90 breathing drill, so it kind of helped me for a bit. And I felt that this week's performance was much better because I'm able to feel the right tightness at the bottom of the squat. So this is my 250 kg. There was a bit of an issue there because when I unracked the weight, it felt really heavy. It's not the weight that I felt and the feeling that I had as compared to last week, which was why it made me really hesitant when executing it. So you can see that my descent was really slow, even I think slower than last week. And the execution when I'm coming up is also very slow, as if I'm doing like a tempo squats like that. But I'm still able to maintain my form, so I'll just take it. Yeah, so after this rep, it became an issue for me to fix, which is how do I unrack? It must be an unracking issue that caused my lower back to be uncomfortable. So during the back off set at 2 to 5, this week I'm doing 4 reps. Didn't really care about how I unrack it, just do it as how I used to, because I don't really want the unracking to screw me up for these 4 reps. Last week I did 3, so this week I'm aiming for 4, and as you can see, it's pretty good. So as I mentioned last week, I'm confident for to hit 4 reps, and this is it. This is the last set of 2 to 5. As you can see here, the speed starts to slow down a little bit, especially during this last set. And I'll notice another thing is I have more forward lean as compared to how I used to squat. So this could be one of the causes when I unrack a little bit too much, in an aspect where my forward lean is too much. So I find that one of the problem was when I was unracking, my forward lean was a little bit too much. So maybe the next session when I squat, I'm going to try to unrack a little bit more upright, so you get to see it later. So this is just my my recovery bench, going for a top side of 147.5. And honestly speaking, I felt that the weight was really heavy. And you know, usually day 1 it should not happen, but during the set, all I did was trying to finish it. And during the back off set, then I felt the weight getting easier and easier. So yep, live to fight another day, you know. So I didn't really want to bother that much and do not want to mess up my mind so much, so I just leave it to whatever it happened. So let's go on to day 2, right? So day 2, what I have was recovery bench. So you can see here it's a very light bench press for me, and day 2's bench was much better than day 1. So it kind of built up the confidence once again for my day 3 bench. And by the way, day 3 bench is usually my toughest bench and heaviest bench. So yeah, confidence is there, ready for day 3. But before that, we have the deadlift. So what I have prepared myself for was a 310 kg deadlift. So warming up to it, just another day. The reason why I did 310 kg today, this week as well, is because I want to build more confidence in working with that weight. So if you have those times where you always you were always intimidated by a certain weight. One of the strategies to work around with it is to keep working on that single, and I prefer to do it once a week. So this is my programming style. I program it that way. And I mean, sometimes it's really quite mental for you to hit something so hard every week, but I have already conditioned myself to be working in this pace. So now this is the 310 kg. You can see that I'm trying to set it up right. Everything needs to be in the right place: toe angle, stance, external rotation. And then once the grip is good, pull the slack, brace, and then hips through and stand. And this time around I performed it better by locking out a little bit longer. So there you go. Haters can't hate anymore. So this is 275 kg and I'm aiming for 4 reps. Last week was 3. It was pretty easy. And this time around it was even easier. So at the start of this video I mentioned that don't be surprised that my performance is better this week. It is kind of expected because usually week 1 is kind of the week where I try to adapt and get used to the program. Okay, so this is 170 kg squat for day 3. What I'm trying to fix is how do I improve my unracking so that I don't have to suffer when I'm squatting. So this is the top set. I still can't really figure how to get the right position for the unracking, and hence the movement was a little bit slow, but I kind of take it because day 3 it's more or less I did it on Thursday. I was quite tired, had a lot of morning coachings, so accept what you can do, and this is how I cope with my mental game. So 210 kg for 4 reps I believe. Executed pretty much well, and I proceed to the back off and continue to figure how do I unrack better. So I noticed that the strategy and my cue to unrack better is try to hinge, go upright a little bit more, so that when I unrack, my lean angle torso is not as much. So that offset a lot of load from the lower back, and as you can see here, even though the weight is lighter, I move the weight much better and much more controlled and more confidence. So the most important thing about my squat is having that confidence when the bar is behind me. So I kind of have achieved that in terms of unracking, learning how to unrack the right way. So I'm gonna try and apply it on week 3's most heavier squat and see if it is good. So this is bench. Warming up towards the heaviest bench. Not really warm up because this is actually my last warm up. I'm not kidding, you can ask JJ. So 120, and I have client next, so I better rush. So this is 170 straight away. The execution was pretty okay, retracting right, and as I push, it was a little bit of struggle, but I can't take it. It felt better than last week actually. So yep, I can actually warm up with 120 and straight to 170. So this is Clinton for you guys. So one of the back off set I wanted to try was 155 kg for 4 sets of 4. And as you can see here, towards the last rep, I was really struggling. It's almost like an RPE 9. So from then on, I knew that okay, 155 is not. I'm not ready for that weight yet. So I decided to drop to 152. And what you are seeing here is the last rep, 152. First few reps are much easier, and the last rep was a bit of a struggle. But what I'm hoping for is next week I can aim to do 152 for 5 reps. And let's come to day 4, last day. And what you're looking at here is the 3 count bench, 3 count pause bench. So I'm counting 1, 2, 3, and then I press. It's really light. It is supposed to be light straight after a heavy day yesterday. So the main focus and why I really like 3 count bench is because it really helps to re-establish how tight I need to be and how do I need to control the bar so that I can keep it stable, so that I'm controlling the bar rather than allowing the bar to control me. So I really love this exercise. So this is 260 kg pause deadlift. You know, I'm not supposed to do pause deadlift, and I seriously don't know why I decided to pause it. I must be really tired, and some way or another I thought it was a pause deadlift, but I didn't put myself and program myself a pause deadlift. But nevertheless, it executed quite okay, but it accumulated quite a bit of fatigue, and hence for the last back off set for the day, I decided to do 250 kg normal deadlift, and as you can see, it's so easy. It is supposed to be like that because I want my day 3 and day 4 lowers to be much easier. So yeah, there you have it. This is week 2 for you guys. Alright, so this is a totally new way of expressing my training for this week, and please share with me what you feel about this format. If you really enjoy this way as compared to how the first one was, let me know either on the comment section below or private message me on Instagram. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to just slide into my DMs and ask me anything. I will try to provide the help as much as possible. So anyway, stay tuned and I'll see you again.